This is the Dirksen home we got a couple of weeks ago. As you can see, we're connecting it to the other Dirksen home, which is 16 by 50, which is also connected to another room that me and my wife built back there. We bought one of those Mr. Cool self DIY units, which was pretty easy to put together. We had an electrician put all those boxes in, and we made that little foundation, and we connected it, and it's all you have to do is open up a valve in there and you have AC. So Mr. Cool, that's pretty cool. Anyway, so my wife wanted a 4-dormer up there, and these are 3 by 5 windows and a double door. It's 12 by 24, and the colors are truffle for the siding, and the trim is pecan. So we thought that was kind of a nice combination. So let me go ahead and open. Here's some of the things we've been doing so far. As you can see, me and my wife have been working on this for a while. One of the things you have to know a little bit, and what tools I recommend to have, is a compressor, a saw, which is holding down some of the crooked boards there and trying to straighten them out, some ladders, obviously, and I would truly recommend some of these tools, which would be this 34-degree nailer and another one from Harbor Freight. I bought DeWalt's and Craftsman, but it's amazing how these Harbor Freight tools stand up better than the higher price models, and so I would recommend 2 of these. We have 2, one for me and one for my wife, and she gets on one side and I get on the other, and we nail them, and it makes the job a lot easier. Right now they're at $34 for this particular one here at Harbor Freight. Notice what we also did, we kind of put some hooks up there to put our things we're going to need to make it a lot easier. We made some holes in the ladder, and we connected some of these hooks, and obviously we don't have to go up and down the ladder and to get these things all the time. And so one of the things that I wanted to do really is to kind of go through the things you need to have in order to become more successful and make it a lot easier on you, because we built houses before from the ground up, and we decided to go Dirksen because obviously it's already basically 50% done, and we don't have to go up and down as much anymore, and we can do a lot of the work ourselves. Now, another thing that I would recommend is one of these tools. That way you can get the degrees up there and find out what your cuts will be. Interesting thing enough as well, I also made some of these where you can hook it up to your, put it inside, and it holds the boards up as you're trying to, because they're so long, you put it in the middle and it'll hold it up because it connects to the other one that's already pre-nailed, and it holds it up while you do the rest of your work. So that kind of helps out. So you need to also cut angles, which are probably what we came up with is 32 degrees. So we cut a 32-degree angle or a 30-degree angle there, and we cut that board in half, thus making it fit a lot more properly and be able to come down that little curvature, I guess you could call it. So I think it was like 32 or 30 degrees. That was the cut there, and that made it a lot easier. And over here on this side, we just cut the higher where we connected both of those together. We just cut off the top lip, which that way it makes it easier just to put the bottom lip on the other board and make it easier to install, because of the slant that it's on. And as you can see, one of the things that we decided to do also, since we were going to build it, we decided to do a media or a theater room, and we just ran the wires up there, and we're going to obviously put an electrical outlet up there, connect the projector. And the projectors are running really at a very low price right now. $360 will give you a good 1080p projector. The wiring costs like $50, so $400 would give you a home theater system in place instead of $1,000. And then once you put the installation up there and the hookups and the electrical outlets, then you can put a brace or you know how to connect the projector. And if it breaks, just get another projector and replace that other one with a new one, and you'll have another projector in place, and all the wires are in place. So wires cost $35. I would recommend just putting wires up there in case you ever decide to make a home theater, because obviously the wires will run about $30, $25, and you'll have it already set up. And then we're going to paint the wall up there a color called Foundry, located at Home Depot. You can find it at Home Depot. It's called Foundry, F-O-U-N-D-R-Y, and paint the wall up there so as for us to have a projection screen painted. And as you can see over here, we already have the connections for the home theater network. And so it's coming around. We've only been at it for about 2.5 weeks. I'm waiting for my wife to get off work, as you all know, to make it easier on the guys, and so it's for us to finish the top part. Now I can do the sheetrock, but obviously, as you can see, we need 2 people to be working on the boards up there, because it's not a one-man job unless you really want to, you know, be angry all day long. So anyway, that is about 1/2 inch where we lowered that box in. We're going to make this into, as I said, a home theater room. We're going to make columns there. I'll show you that later. And we're going to connect it to the other Dirksen home that we have out there. And I would recommend a couple of tools more. Obviously a measuring device there. This thing works well, but we don't use it that much. We'd rather use the boards that we got up here, so we can just wedge it in and hammer it in and make them come together. I also would recommend the screws here. Hold on. These screws here. These are 3.5 inches. They're a little expensive, but they make it to work a lot easier, where you have to use them to make things a lot easier for you. And so we're going to go ahead and close out for today, but as we finish and gradually do more work, I'm going to go ahead and update our work as we go along. The other one that's out there, we are 90% through with it. It's a 16 by 50, but we got some stuff in there that makes it you know, not worth looking at, because I see a lot of videos on TV, on YouTube, that have people moving in without it being fully done, and so we want to wait until it's fully done and cleaned and everything before I take you on a tour of that. I'll also tell you, go through some of the things that we went through to make it a lot easier for you guys, in case you want to do a Dirksen model yourselves. So anyway, please, if you have any questions or anything like that, let me know. I'm not very good at answering things, but if I have time, I'll answer whatever I can. Anyway, next step will be to show you a little bit further, and I'll see you later. Goodbye.